right, welcome in. Good to see you. This is Off the Radar, Toledo's most watched digital weather show. I'm meteorologist Ryan Weekman. We know, of course, meteorologist Kaylee Bowers.
Hello, happy Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, morning, afternoon, evening, and good night.
We've had some summer vacations going on, and so it's good to be back with you again.
We missed you.
It's been a couple weeks.
It's been a little bit. How's everything going on?
I think we're going okay. I'm
still
back
here.
on the radar. I'm back here.
No, but this is off the radar. We have to get back off now.
Okay, that's kind of what we do on this show here. We've got our entire team here with us, including we have a guest host with us here. We have Carmen in for Tiffany today, our digital content producer. Carmen, good to see you.
Hi, guys.
There you go. You get split up. You do all sorts of things. We're
there we
having
go.
fun.
Woo!
There you go. Woo.
Go
Welcome
Carmen.
in. We're glad to have you along. You've watched some of Off the Radar, right?
Oh, yeah. I always ask Tiffany how her time with it goes, and I make sure I catch up on all that. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know you're in for a wild ride today.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Wanted to make
your
sure you're aware of that
seatbelts.
one. Mark, good to see you.
Good to see you, Ryan.
There you go. That was a good intro. It'd been a couple weeks since we had a good intro there. And then back in our control room, of course, we have Tim, our wonderful director, and Alexis. Good to see you, Alexis.
Hi.
Yeah, so we got the whole team. Like, this is kind of fun.
It's like we're all here. Back together.
No, it is summertime. With people shifting, moving around here, so it's a little bit different sometimes for us here. But you're going to be a little bit of our camp counselor today.
I'm going to be a little bit of a camp counselor, a little bit of a different kind of radar ranger this week.
Okay.
Not you radar rangers, not like Mark and Alexis and Tim, and also now Carmen.
Honorary.
Honorary. But we're going to go camping this week.
We're going camping. All right. Like, are we
So
talking
busy.
tent camping or glamping?
It can be whatever your version of camping you want it to be. But we're going to go to Camp Cumulus.
Oh,
Up with the cloud, I get it.
That's clever.
that's cute. Look at that.
Oh,
Little cloud over the tent.
I always love alliteration.
Thank you,
Oh,
Tim.
that's true.
Me
It does work
too.
both ways, doesn't it?
Yep.
I like this logo. This is really nice.
good?
Yeah, this is pretty good. You probably spent all week making this. Nice work.
It was a struggle trying to get the cloud just right, those trees, the perfect shade of green.
We're gonna have to give our art department a little bit of a bonus this
I
week.
think so. No, we do have a rival camp across the lake.
We do?
We do.
What?
Oh.
That is Camp Cumulonimbus.
Oh, they're loud. They're loud. You know, they're always loud.
Boom.
Get it?
But
Okay.
Wait, did they have a logo?
no, I just made that
No,
up.
that would have been good.
But you know, with camping comes a bunch of very fun story times, whether it's adventuring, you know, in the woods or maybe by the campfire.
How many out of
I
our
don't see
group?
a
Out of our
campfire
group
on there,
here,
Kaylee.
What's that?
You don't have a campfire there.
it's a high fire danger season.
You're not
Can't-
wrong.
not allowed to put it on.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a very dry
you
season.
go.
And how is it supporting itself?
Yes.
There's no guide, ropes, or anything.
How many of you guys? When's the last time any of you actually went like real camping? Kaylee?
Never.
Never been real camping?
Real camping with a tent like this?
Yeah, like a tent.
That'll be coming up. I'll tell you my story in a little bit.
Okay,
but-
coming up in a little bit. Carmen, our guest, our honorary radar ranger. Last time you went camping?
I actually went camping last weekend.
What?
So it works
Yeah.
out perfectly.
There you go. All right, where was this at?
Farnsworth Metro Park.
Oh,
yeah.
fun.
Also, Carmen, what is going? Tim, what are you doing to Carmen?
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that.
She was like keying out with the green
That's not fair.
screen.
So that's not fair. Tim back in our director. This isn't fair because
Whoa.
green is also the color of our green screen, obviously.
True.
And so
Yeah,
things
hang
can
on,
kinda
I'll
get
fix that.
wonky
No, he's
and
doing great.
So you went camping
There
at
we go.
Farnsworth. This was like tent camping?
Yeah, we set up the tent. It's like the primitive camping site where you've got
Yeah.
a little fire pit. We couldn't get a fire started. It was super humid and all the firewood was wet, but it was nice enough that I felt like we didn't need it. Yeah.
Those are cool ones right down by the river, right?
Yeah, right down by the river. So you can hear everything because the sound travels so well over water, which
Sure.
was cool, but then also once it got dark, kind of spooky.
Yeah, I can imagine that. I haven't been camping at Farnsworth since I was a kid. Okay, Alexis, when's the last time you went camping?
That's big fat like one time and I hated it and haven't gone
Why did you hate it so much?
because it rained the whole time and it was
Oh.
soggy and gross. And I went with my aunt and uncle. I was probably like 4. Like
So you need to give it another try.
No, I have no interest in camping ever.
Oh, come on.
No, sir.
Okay, all right. Tim, what about you?
So, hang on, let me push the old button here. Let me push the other button here.
I wanted to make it as difficult as possible. to
I
transition.
guess in 2018,
So it's been a few years.
Yeah, my parents are snowbirds, so they take their RV down to Alabama, and they stay for the whole winter.
Okay.
Wow.
So we join them for just after Christmas, and
Now you stay on the RV, or do they make you like camp beside it?
we were in the RV. We're all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
wow.
people in an RV.
That's a good size RV.
Oh, if we include RV camping, I've been camping.
Oh yeah, are we including
Tent
RV camping?
camping.
Any kind of camping.
Glamping.
Yes.
That's glamping.
That's glamping.
That is
It can be
glamping.
a RV. It
When
can
you
be
get
a
inside
cabin.
a vehicle with
Mark,
air
you're one of our
conditioning.
outdoorsy
Yeah.
guys here.
I haven't camped as much as I did with the Scouts,
Yeah.
which was like once a month, but I'm looking forward to a chance coming up here in the near future.
Okay, and since we all have now explained, I'm trying to think. Last time I went camping, probably a couple years ago,
Couple
out at
years.
Oak Openings.
Okay.
Yeah, out at Oak Openings. So
Well, let's
need to do it
keep
again.
this first time camping mentality going
Okay.
because we're going to do our campfire confessions.
This sounds bad.
Oh yeah.
Maybe,
Okay.
not.
Wow, that's a good little campfire you got going there.
Yeah, there's your
This is
campfire,
not what
Mark.
Carmen's campfire.
That's a bonfire.
Did you just pour a whole bunch of lighter fluid and hope you got it going or anything, or did you just give
No,
up?
we were trying to do it the old-fashioned way, you know, making like stacking them up, getting the air underneath it, the newspaper. We went through an entire an entire edition of the Mommy Mirror up in flames, but the logs didn't catch. We tried so hard, but no,
Not gonna have no s'mores for you.
no.
I could go for a good s'more right now.
Okay.
It's more what?
Sounds More s'mores.
S'more what?
S'more.
Kill
I have to
them.
admit, s'mores have grown on me.
Really?
I mean, s'mores, of course, there's chocolate and that's good, but I actually don't really like making s'mores. Can this be my campfire confession?
You started off. Again, a campfire confession can be a good thing.
I feel like I need to hold like the
camping.
stick of truth or something like when you do a
Stick of
campfire. I don't like making s'mores.
No one does.
Yeah.
No, right? I am here, I'll pass you the stick with the marshmallow on it. You toast it, make it, and then I'll eat it.
Okay.
I'm good with eating it, but as far as making a s'more, nah.
What's the perfect amount of toastiness on a marshmallow?
It can't be burnt. It needs to be like just a little
like
brown.
That
just
golden
a little brown,
color.
right?
Yeah.
A lot of people like it burnt though.
I think it
Yeah,
should be
they
on
do.
fire when you put it in your mouth.
Yes.
That's too burnt.
Burn every part of
Be
her
like a
mouth.
dragon.
You
That's
need
too
patience
Fire
to brown it perfect.
Anyway, that's not a good one, but that's my campfire confession. We got some others?
So my campfire confession is you asked if I've ever been camping.
Yeah.
Technically no, but the one time I would kind of count,
Yeah.
I was probably in 4th or 5th grade, and my dad set up a tent in our backyard. This is so embarrassing. It was right next to the house. I mean, they were touching to each other. And this is so bad. We hooked up a TV
Oh,
the tent.
boy.
this is glamping.
So I was able to watch my cartoons that night in the tent.
While you were in there.
Outside.
Did you actually spend the night in the tent, or did you get up at some point and just go into the house?
I think I spent the night, me and my friend stayed.
Okay, well that counts.
But then my dad would also pitch the tent in the house sometimes
Oh,
too.
boy.
So that's my.
That's not embarrassing. That's kind of awesome.
I did that with the kids once. We went in the backyard, hooked up a TV, and we watched the All-Star game. So, yeah, it was
Oh,
fun.
and nowadays it's so much easier because you don't have to hook up and have cords and stuff. You have like your phone or
Yeah.
iPad.
Stream
or
it,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just stream it. It's
Project
so much
it.
easier.
Yeah.
All right, who's going next? Who wants the
Control
stick
room?
of truth?
Tim
Oh, should
Tim,
we go?
Alexis.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, me? Oh. My in-laws have an RV, so and they're like Tim, they're kind of like snowbirds where they go. But a couple summers ago, I think, like 3 years ago, because Ben was like 2, we were potty training and
Oh.
the whole thing. We went to Mackinac Island, so we did the RV up there, but stayed in St. Ignace at like a campground, and we all got sick.
Oh no.
And you know, like a camper, there's like one little tiny bathroom. Oh, it was so bad. It was just like all of us like fighting over going to the bathroom.
Why were you fighting to go to the bathroom?
We were sick. We were real sick. Like pukies and
The other.
Yuki's and
the
what
other.
else?
Ryan, both sides. Both
Just to
sides.
say the other.
The melted Hershey bar.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, gotcha. All right. there. We're
So
talking
that
about
was my
s'mores.
last camping experience, and I'm like, I'm
Well, no wonder
good.
you hate it.
I'm good. I don't want to go nowhere.
Okay, that could be a traumatizing experience. I can understand that.
Yeah. Even the kids were sick. It was bad.
Was it
Yeah.
food poisoning maybe? 'Cause it
Yeah, I
seemed like
think
you all
so.
ate
Something
bad.
happened where we all
Bad
passed
s'mores.
it around. I don't know.
Ew.
It's not.
Okay, Tim, please get us out of here.
Sorry.
Please tell me you got something better than this.
Tim, zoom in on you, please.
Trying to.
Yeah, we don't need Alexis to tell us like
I'm
number 2 story.
No more s'mores.
My campfire confession is we almost burned down the whole campsite, the whole campground.
The whole campground.
Yes.
pretty amazing.
So
Did you not listen to Smokey Bear?
we, no, because we left it unattended. We
That's
walked
a cardinal
off.
sin.
We had a citronella candle sitting right on the fire ring, and we thought, no, that's fine. We walked off. We walked like maybe, I don't know, 5-10 campsites away, and then came back to this just glow.
Oh no!
So what had happened was the citronella candle fell into the camp fire.
Yeah.
And
Not good.
just created. So there's a depiction of it, because it was 3 of us. We walked back, and it looked a little something like this.
Doesn't look like the same people.
Those are all Tim.
So Carmen, you need to get a citronella candle.
Yeah,
Right?
then
Yeah, that could have helped
expedite
you.
the process.
Just dump a citronella candle. In it. Yeah. It burned out quickly as the.
So if you
citronella
ever
went
wondered
out.
how those wildfires out west accidentally start, there you go.
Right. So
Yeah.
everything was
Whoops.
fine. Everything was safe, and we learned a lesson.
Okay. And now you know.
Yeah.
Mark, you're like our campfire guy. You're our camping guy around here. You got any good stories? You got one?
I confess to nothing. For one, Kaylee, you and your watching your cartoons at night. I don't get that when you got a campfire right there.
I didn't have a campfire.
That's nature's That's the nature's television. That campfire.
This is confession time, not
Okay,
shame
the scariest
time.
thing.
The roast happened months ago.
I'll give you
Mark.
one example. Made us a little nervous.
Oh no.
It's
Go ahead.
Let's hear it.
you know those Chinese lanterns that float
Yeah.
up.
Okay.
We did that once, and they got caught in a tree.
That's not good.
Yeah. Luckily, nothing happened, but there was a time of concern.
Sure. This is your
Yes.
citronella candle.
Yes.
Yeah, you didn't pull it, Tim.
Okay, got you. Okay, so we have at least 2 radar rangers who have tried to burn the forest down. Got it.
Wow.
It's easy to do.
Carmen, you got a good one? Anything?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
sort of on behalf of my mom, so I hope she doesn't get mad at me.
Whoa. This needs to be a self-confession. Okay, go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Well, okay, I'll do 2 in 1 then. It's the same trip. So when I was 4 or 5 years old, I went to Hocking Hills, and again, problems with fires. It rained a bunch, so we didn't have any firewood. We were staying in this yurt. It was
a
my
great
parents and my siblings and I, we didn't have any firewood.
Right.
So my parents had to burn my coloring book. To
Oh
Oh my
no!
gosh!
And it was
That's traumatizing. Now, if Alexis had told me that story, I would understand why she's never camped ever again.
It was one of those cool ones too, where you remember the clear markers where you would put it on the page,
Yeah.
and then it would turn into a different color. And to this day, I haven't had another one, so I have to probably.
Oh my
have to
gosh,
get
you're
one.
so traumatized.
Well, I know we're getting Carmen for her birthday.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
gotcha. Now, did it actually start the fire?
I don't remember. I think we ended up going to Cedar Point after that.
You were too busy crying to know if the fire
Yeah, right.
Wow. And you kept camping after that.
Her tears.
Yeah,
putting out
sort
the
of.
fire.
Yeah, they got the campfire started, but unfortunately Carmen's tears put it out.
Yeah, right. But
a good one.
yeah, on the same trip, we again, I was like only 5 years old, and I was on this top bunk, and the yurt had like this netting over top of me, and it was the middle of the night, and I couldn't sleep, and I was looking up into the trees, and I saw this figure in the trees, and I was super scared.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know what it was. In my mind, I was a little kid. So I was like,
boogeyman, yeah.
I was like, no, I was like, this is a dinosaur, and I'm fairly certain it was a possum, but I guess we'll never know because I thought it was like it's looking at me, it's making faces at me, but I don't know. It could have.
But you made it through.
I did live with a couple
It was
stories
a
to
possum
tell. Yeah.
or a Demogorgon, one or the other.
You ever shine your light
Ooh.
around your campsite and look at all the glowing eyes looking at you?
No.
Creepy.
It's my kids.
Could be your kid.
Go to sleep.
So these campfire confessions have
These
turned
were
a
pretty
little,
good,
little
right?
dark and traumatizing at times.
I feel like it was almost like do we all feel better now? I feel like we got something off our chests kind of here.
Not really, Ryan.
Oh.
All right. Sorry, Mark.
This is supposed to be a good thing.
So we are going to have some good things happen, Mark. We're sitting around the campfire right now.
Yeah.
But since we're going camping, we have to do a little bit of scouting as well, too.
Ooh.
So we have to earn our badges.
Oh, fun. Okay.
So coming up next on Camp Cumulus, for Off the Radar.
On Camp Cumulus.
Cumulus. We got some fun scouting things that we're going to be doing. We'll be right back.
Camp Anawana. Welcome back to a special edition of Off the Radar. As Kaylee says, Camp Cumulus.
We're going camping.
That's right. All right, lead us there.
Yeah, there's our logo right there, I guess.
Da-da-da-da.
So on Off the Radar, we like to, kind of give gifts a little bit.
Sure.
We like to earn things.
Right.
So we have to earn our scouting badges this week.
Oh, fun. Our Camp Cumulus badges.
Our Camp Cumulus badges.
Okay.
So Ryan, you were gone last week,
I was.
but of course you're still going to go first this time.
Of course.
You always go first.
What badge could I possibly earn?
What do you think you're going to earn?
It's really a wild card with me.
Oh, no.
Well, it's coming. How about
A broken leg.
oh,
Oh, there we go.
something nice?
The Camp Storm Commander. I'll take that.
that's
I like this.
And for your Camp Storm Commander,
I feel like
can
I'm
But you
find
put the
it.
lightning bolt over the tent. That's not cool.
I
It's like,
tried
goodbye,
hard.
Ryan.
Do I get a
tried.
bag? I get an
You
actual
get
thing?
An actual bag.
Whoa, look at that.
And Tim, we can take
wear it.
Max too. His
Yep, I
graphic
did.
is also pulled up perfect. They all kind of look the same a little bit,
great.
don't they?
Excellent. Thank you.
Wow.
Cute.
You got an official button now,
I'll
Ryan.
put it right in the middle. No, I'm not.
It's more flair.
Hurt yourself.
Yeah, please don't. Ow! Oh,
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, go on.
You get a Band-Aid now. For
Well,
Off
thank
the
you.
Radar.
As the commander, I say move on, move forward.
Oh, we gotta listen to the commander. All right, so for mine, when it comes up, apparently I am now the forecast fashionista.
I agree.
So-
Cute dress.
The forecast
you.
fashionista.
Yes. Let me see.
So how should we dress today? It's hot out.
Those boots won't be very useful for you, Kaylee.
I know.
They're not good for hiking in.
But it's
Well,
good
maybe
for when
not.
it's
No, we didn't
raining.
say we were
Raining, they are.
hiking. We said we were just camping.
It's
You don't
going
have to
rain,
go
Mark.
hiking.
Cute. I love
Very
it.
nice. Okay, the forecast fashionista. I like
Yes.
this.
All right, so the next one I believe is Tim Tim.
Oh.
Got my bad.
So I'm multitasking
Tim.
here, so give me a little bit of a break right here.
No,
so
you're fine.
Okay, what do we got?
Tim is the
Whoa!
master of the Campfire queue, and Tim, I'm going to make my way over to the control room.
Oh,
for
you're going all
you.
the way there. You're making
I'm
it
gonna
happen.
way here.
try.
So while you're doing that, I
Maybe.
will depict what we have here. We have the WTOL 11 off the radar.
S'mores look good.
Tim, master of the Campfire Q. Now this has a lot of s'mores with it, so I would think that
That's not a real true depiction of a s'more.
Why
the
not?
chocolate never melts. At least for me, it doesn't.
well then you're not doing it right.
A Hershey bar
No,
does
no.
not melt.
Look,
It
special
does
guest.
There
because
she
it's a
is.
it's a hot
Wow.
summer day, Mark.
Hi.
Okay.
Here's your little.
On a hot summer day, it's
Sitting
already
in the car
melty.
all day and then.
Yeah.
He's got his button.
Right.
This proves that we're all
And
in
look
the
at
same
the
building.
marshmallows. They are
Exactly.
not browned or burnt.
Yeah, they are right here.
No.
See?
That looks like some kind
All right,
of.
chocolate tastes like
sprinkling
chocolate,
of
so that's
There you
fine.
go.
Anyways,
Schnozberries taste like schnozberries. Okay, what's our next one then?
I'm really
Can
hoping
you do
that
it
the
all the way
clicker
from in
works.
there?
That's what I'm trying. Let's see.
Point it that way
done
at the
before.
wall.
Point
Is
it
it
that
gonna work?
way.
Yeah, we've had to do it for you.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, Alexis.
Whee!
I'm
This
going
is
to hand you
Alexis.
your button
Okay.
as
what do we
I'm
got?
navigating. Ryan, what is
Oh.
Alexis?
Alexis is the schedule survivalist. So
I
I'm
can
guessing
do
that Alexis needs to be very regimental.
I am a planner of all planners.
That's why you're an amazing producer for
I am
Toledo's
a
most watched
producer.
digital weather show.
Yes. I will know what's coming next always and tell you
She's
all
got
what to
that
do.
Okay, Alexis, if you were to go camping again,
Yeah.
Just don't get sick.
what would you want to do? Give me one thing that you actually would look forward to. With
I do like campfires. Like I'll sit around a fire.
Okay, see, there we go.
Have a nice
We've
drink.
broken the ice now.
There we go.
The
Yeah.
next step is a tent.
I am
sleeping
not.
bag?
I will never sleep in an actual tent.
No.
Why?
No. I will RV camp. That's fine.
That's
My wife will if there's a shower on site.
That's my
So,
main thing.
yep.
I gotta have a
You gotta have a
shower
shower.
and a bathroom.
goodness me.
And
I'm
that
sorry.
campsite that my mom and dad went to had immaculate showers.
Oh.
We loved it.
So that
Oh,
works.
that's nice.
Okay.
Mark, you're up next. You've earned how many scouting badges have you earned, Mark?
I got up to Life Scout, which
I don't know what that
would be
is.
a lot.
A lot.
My son got Eagle,
Okay.
so he got a lot.
Are you talking like a dozen, 3 dozen?
Over a dozen. for
Okay,
sure.
over a dozen. Okay, well, here's
sure.
your first ever
Here is
off
your
the radar
badge.
Camp Cumulus badge.
Here you
You're the
go.
camera operator. Steady shot scout. Look at that.
Oh.
So for when we need all the great photos of our trip.
Yes.
There you go, Mark.
That's really nice. I love the
Buttons are legit.
little campfire in there. I take everything back. I said.
Since we started the show.
Thank
That's
you,
the
Mark.
nicest thing Mark's ever said. We'll take
Great.
it. There we
are
go.
Documenting
Beautiful.
that. Now we are not going to forget Carmen.
Who? Sorry, it's too easy. All right, our honorary radar ranger today, Carmen,
Carmen.
joining us.
Yes, you are
You got
actually.
one?
Yes.
You're going all over the place today, Kate.
I'm getting
I like
my
it. Okay, so
steps in.
Carmen.
Honorary.
Oh, honorary ranger.
Good
Aw. So we're sending that
That's
over
pretty,
for
I like
Carmen.
that.
Look at this.
You got your own little button.
Thank you, Kaylee.
Now you don't have to use Tiffany's.
I
It's
love
like,
it.
Yay.
That's cute.
you gonna keep that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Put it on my
there.
desk.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's like that's clout in the newsroom, by the way.
It actually
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a real thing.
I know last week
Gotta earn
Tatiana
that.
was jealous that she didn't have a button. Steven Jackson was jealous he doesn't have one.
You gotta earn these. These are not just given out, right?
Next
you gotta
time you-
really
Well,
earn
I didn't
these.
really earn mine. It just kind of.
You earned
Oh,
it with,
you earned it.
you earned it with great stories and all that.
You did have a great
here.
story, and I think we all feel bad
Yeah.
enough
We're
all
about
gonna
your
get you a
coloring
coloring
book now.
I mean, you
I
can
have
still
so many at
color
home.
in
I'll bring you one.
some of that.
I would say I'll bring you like 4 of them.
Yeah, you can have them.
Yeah, and then I'll never get anything
We
done. I'll
have-
just
we
be
have
sitting
some
my
at
desk
home.
Coloring.
Yeah.
We have some at home that are like huge.
Yeah.
Would you like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome.
Take
You
it on
should
your
create a coloring
You can
book.
take it on your next camping trip when your fire doesn't start.
Right.
You'll have something to do.
You know, Mark, that gives me an idea. We need to do an art episode and bring Carmen back.
When is Art Month?
Alexis?
Googling.
Googling. This is why you're a wonderful planner. See
If
how
it's
easy
May,
this
I'll be
is?
upset. But and you'll have a badge, Carmen.
October.
Next time you fill in.
October.
We got time.
Carmen, you free in October?
Yeah, I'll make sure Tiffany takes PTO.
Perfect. There
you
we
know,
go.
we could always have Carmen
Like
and
I booked
Tiffany
you
together.
Let's not get crazy. That's a lot of digital
That would
content.
turn into a
producers.
big
That's a
digital
lot.
weather show.
Deal.
True.
Let's do that.
On Toledo's most watched digital weather show.
can
We
have-
got
Carmen here, Tiffany there, and Ryan and I can just take off.
you two gonna host?
If Tiffany and I got to talking, like if we held our own show, it would probably be like a 4-hour show. And
We've got
yeah,
a
people
half
are
an
watching.
hour here.
Streaming.
Our sponsors
Yeah.
are very stringent about being 30 minutes or less. So you think you could wrap it up in that amount of time?
we could try.
Okay.
We could try.
What if you record it and play it like 3 times speed?
Yeah.
Wow.
Do that
Right,
again.
right,
I
right.
like
That was fantastic that you both did that in unison.
That's how it goes here in the control
We're
room.
on the
right?
same page back here.
That's a show we need right there, is a Tim and Alexis show.
Oh, I thought it was Alvin and the Chipmunks because that's what they sounded like over there.
It's Chip and Dale.
We're going to take a break.
Ooh.
And we're going to be back because usually this goes off the rails because of us two. Back in the control room.
Whew.
Did you leave the door open? They got oxygen back there? Everything
No.
good?
No.
All right, we're going to check in on them.
I think their headsets are.
We're going to be right back on Off the Radar. Give us some more of that, guys.
We'll take you on a snipe.
Welcome back in to Off the Radar. I think we got everything settled down in the control room. You guys good down there?
We're in slow motion.
Okay, we expect this from Ryan because he's been gone for a couple weeks. Here, we need to do my tirade again. Camera
Oh,
one.
here we
please.
go. You asked
Oh,
us.
here we go.
I
Here we
like
go.
Yeah, you missed
This is a new segment.
You expect this from Ryan, not from Tim and Alexis, who are the most chill, calm people. Now go to camera 3, please.
What did I do?
Oh,
What do you
boy.
expect with this guy?
Listen,
Who's directing this show?
listen, people say this all the time. I corrupt people, and this is clearly what's happened, and this is what we do. And this is why our Radar Rangers have elevated their
You
game.
bring the crazy out of us.
That's right.
He does. You know, okay, come back here again,
Oh, here
please.
we go.
no.
Man, jeez.
You know it's bad when Chris Vickers, the nicest, most chill man, is concerned for my sanity
This is true.
because of this guy.
What did What did I do?
You know what you did.
I didn't do
You
anything.
know what you did.
We just like to have a lot of fun. That's all we have to say
Ooh.
here.
Welcome to Off the Rails.
Also known as Off the Radar. But get us back on the rails.
On the
then.
rails.
I mean, again, we are still camping a little bit.
We are?
Kind of.
Okay.
We're really
Alexis has already given up.
I'm not camping.
Yeah, she's done.
I'm out.
So we're gonna be glamping. We're gonna be
She was
traveling the
done.
world for our viral top 3 weather videos.
Okay, this is a segment we
Here we
do
go.
every week here on Off the Radar. Our top 3. Carmen, as our honorary radar ranger today, you want to take a stab in the dark where we're headed?
Ooh.
And it can be anywhere in the world
Oh, in the world?
if you
Yeah.
want. But I will give you a hint. Everything.
Watch, it's going to be like Detroit or something. All right, guys.
Everything
Wait, for a
is
hint.
local.
What was the hint, Kaylee?
What was the hint?
It's a lot of pressure.
Local-ish
Local.
Oh.
to the U.S.
Oh, to the. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say somewhere in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Ooh, I like
that's
this.
a good
Okay.
one.
What do we got?
All right, our first one is taking us over towards the Memphis area.
Oh, not as exciting.
Shelf
Okay.
cloud?
That's where
Yes,
St.
good job,
Jude's
Tim
is,
Tim.
right?
Tim, did you call out a shelf
I
cloud here?
did.
Nicely
Those
done.
are so freaky looking. I don't like them.
You don't
They're
like
a
these?
little
These are
eerie.
like the coolest.
They're cool, but they're ominous.
Yeah, they're ominous. That's a good word.
Well, these form because the cold, rain-cooled air pushes out in front of the thunderstorm, and you see like the striations that happen in this.
what?
The striations.
The
Striations.
what?
Yeah, striations.
Can you define that, Ryan? A striation?
A striation, it's long stripes of different colors, of
Oh.
varying colors.
Okay.
Was that right, Carmen? You're like,
Is that part of a cloud?
Is that right? I didn't get any grief. Okay.
Sounds legit.
But yeah, it sounded good. I don't know who
Hey,
that
you.
guy is.
Oh,
Wow, look at
oh,
that. That was
wow.
that guy.
That was funny.
But the rain is coming out of the bottom of that basically. It's pushing cold air out and the air is getting forced up and over that first dark cloud. That's why you get that lighter color in the middle, because the cloud from the base to the top is actually thinner, so more light gets through. So more light's getting through right here. It's raining down here. That rain-cooled air is getting pushed up. The air is flowing up and over. It's a sign that usually you're going to get a pretty good strong gust of straight line wind when you see one of those coming in.
Oh.
Thanks
like
for
learning.
clarifying.
Nerd.
So when you
That's our weather lesson for the day.
Wow.
That's as close as we get to real weather here on Off the Radar.
Right.
I would have guessed
was
it
a
was
lot.
that wildfire smoke, but I'm glad you said us.
You're
Great.
welcome, Mark.
Thank
I
you.
gotcha.
You learn something
Guy.
every day on
What?
this.
This is
love
Mark,
that
our
part.
camera, our radar ranger camera operator. They're in the,
There's
in
a
the
Walgreens
side
Out in
here.
the field.
Okay, what's number 2?
Number 2 is taking us over towards
Whoa,
Texas.
Goodness. That
Check
is
out that tornado.
terrifying.
that's cool.
Tomato.
Silver Lining Tour. So this is one of those storm chasing companies you can go out with. Ooh, some nice horizontal vortices in the upper portion of the
Oh
storm.
my
is-
gosh,
There.
Tim.
Right,
It
I was
says
just thinking-
tours.
You can sign up to go with these people?
Oh, absolutely.
wow.
Yeah. Storm chasers, they're like 15 passenger vans. I think it looks absolutely miserable because this is cool, right? If you're going for it, right? This is the
Yeah.
cool shot you're going for. That's a dream storm chase right there. But the vast majority of the time, you're sitting in a 15 passenger van with 14 people you don't know eating gas station burritos. So good luck.
Something.
It could
Ooh,
very
burritos.
quickly turn into an Alexis camping
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Those burritos. Woof.
Probably have to sign some pretty long waivers too.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
Very much
That's
so.
scary looking though.
That's an awesome looking tornado right there.
It looks like it's in a
looks like
low
a-
population area.
Yeah, low population
That's
area.
good.
You're on the Panhandle region of Texas.
towards
you got
Lubbock.
to worry about the cows. That's what you got to worry about out
I
here.
really thought the trees were cows at first for a moment. Not the cows.
By the way,
Everybody was okay with that.
this is sped up a little bit.
Question,
That
right?
Still looks cool. Yeah, Mark.
Are most tornadoes in low population areas?
No.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because there's more
there a reason?
because there's more low population areas than high populated areas. Go take an hour drive in any direction. Most of the time, you'll be in places
Gotcha.
that are
That makes
not,
sense.
not cities.
But high population areas still can be impacted from tornadoes.
But
just
there's
not
more
near as
low
much.
population areas overall.
For sure.
Yeah.
Statistics alone.
Yeah.
Okay, what's our third one?
Number 3,
Good
we're
question, Marco.
not talking severe weather, but still
What?
kind of severe weather, but in a different way.
Oh my goodness. What
We're going to go out to Hawaii.
This is not local.
I said to the U.S.
Magma.
Liquid hot magma.
Magma.
This is the, correct me if I'm wrong, Carmen, this is the temperature that you like your marshmallows at when you're making your
The
s'mores.
inside of the
Blazing.
marshmallows right there. Magma.
Magma.
Did you
Ryan,
just
here-
want to touch it?
Kind
What?
of.
No, you
I
don't.
wanna
It's
throw
one of those
stuff in
things
there.
where somebody says you can't touch this button, and the only thing you want to do,
Yeah.
touch the button.
I would like to
No.
see it.
I just want to throw things in it.
Right,
And see what happens.
There's some
Like
YouTube videos where they
sacrifice?
throw stuff in
not
it.
a
And
living
they're like
thing.
They'll like throw like a can of chili or something in there.
random.
And just as it's going in, that's one hot can of chili.
Cook my s'mores.
I was gonna say Ryan s'mores.
Yeah, I'd give somebody a marshmallow. They could cook it and then hand it back to me. I'd be good with that.
Ooh.
Here's a question, Ryan.
Yeah.
Does
I'm not a geologist.
Has lava and I'm sure probably the smoke plume, volcanoes cause weather or affect the weather?
Pyrocumulus clouds happen. Yeah, that's the name where a cumulus cloud or a cumulonimbus, you can actually get a real thunderstorm to develop either out of the heat that's generated from lava forms like this or from wildfires out west as well. So pyrocumulus is the name of
I
it.
have a question for Kaylee.
Yes, you in the back named Mark.
Do you know what is the temperature of lava?
Of lava?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I don't. Do you?
No, I'm a meteorologist. I don't know.
You're not into the
Let's
geology too
stick
much?
a thermometer and it's
Alexis looked it up.
1,300 degrees Fahrenheit to 2,200 degrees.
Oh, see, I was going to say
Wow.
1,500
Hot.
degrees Fahrenheit.
The exact temperature varies depending on the type of magma and other factors.
Hey
Right,
Alexis,
the different temperatures determine what kind it is, whether it's
Yeah.
like magma or.
Yes, Kaylee?
real quick, back there in the control room, the floor is lava right now.
Oh no.
That's a favorite game.
And there is Chip and Dale once again.
Oh, and Ryan, if your campfire is hot enough, you can melt your aluminum cans.
Oh, very much so. Absolutely.
Ooh. Rangers, did you have fun camping today?
We all have a good time.
My
yeah.
badge.
Much better than actual camping.
So hopefully better than Alexis's last time.
Getting a
Yep.
badge collection going.
And Carmen's.
I just wish we should have brought in stuff for s'mores if we were really.
We're gonna
thinking
get
about it,
a
right?
we're gonna need a sash soon to put all our badges on.
Right.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Ooh, yes. Like
There
a
we go.
Boy
And
Scout.
anybody out there watching, write into us. If you want to get a Radar Ranger badge, maybe we could make it like a program. That'd be fun.
Maybe we should have some kind of merch with this show.
Oh,
Etsy-
2,
get an
1,
Etsy
3,
shop.
4, send it to Zoom. We could do it like that.
We'll get an Etsy shop.
I mean, our budget is pretty low. going
Pretty
off
low.
The radar.
Well, we would,
There is
you
no
know,
budget.
no CODs, no cash on delivery. We'd have to get the money up front for these.
Maybe they send us badges.
No.
They can give us
send
some
it out.
ideas.
Send it out.
Please
All
allow
right.
6 to 10 years for delivery.
That's probably about right. All right, Carmen, thank you so much for
Yes,
joining
let's
us
give
for
a
this
hand to Carmen.
episode.
Please come
guys.
back.
Please come back October, at least
Okay,
by
all
October.
right,
We'll have
all
you
right.
back. Mark, good to see you as always.
Yes.
Chip and Dale. There you go. I think they sound more like the Muppets now. They've transformed into the Muppets.
Beaker, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Beaker, yeah.
You remember my one picture I
Beaker.
talked about?
Beaker mixed with Mr. Bill in
They
there.
called me Kermit back in the day.
That's true.
Oh, I did too.
you're
Step on
Kaylee.
Kaylee there.
Ryan.
Great episode of Off the Radar.
Oh,
Go get
let's
some
not-
oxygen, Kaylee.
We're not going to go
Bye.
camping with Chip
Wasn't
and Dale
even my
again.
fault this time.
bye.
So glad to see you
got
guys.
all
Let's
this pent-up
extinguish this
energy.
campfire. We'll see you next time on Off the Radar. Chip and Dale, send us out. Goodbye.
Bye.